Welcome back, all you Fabricants and Fleshbags, to the not funny show, Supercast. The Supercast, where we talk about all things superhero and pop culture, and that's, of course, TV, movies, video games, and we talk news and speculation, all that good and nerdy stuff. I am Mo De Poupe, your resident fabricant and comic extraordinaire on all things pop culture, joined by the anime expert, video game designer, and lover of all things superhero, my good friend Ladi. Ladi, what's going on, man?
And I'm great. Ready to talk about this news and unfortunately upset at you because you made me watch a painful trailer that we'll talk about later.
Oh man, you know what? That's the hazard of the job of doing this podcast. Sometimes you have to suffer for your art. Uh, but yes, on Supercast this week we're gonna cover, as usual, our news items. That's things that have happened in the last 7 to 10 days that might be noteworthy in superhero media, and also to sort of start our second year off right. We're gonna do some fun nerd stuff like we're gonna do some superhero memes. We're gonna make our own memes, and also we're gonna do the ever popular one must go. We're gonna have four different superhero related things, and one of them has to leave forever in order for the other three to exist. So just a little fun stuff to start our new year right. So, Lottie, you ready to get into this news? And I ought to say, what are we going to be talking about on the news this week? Well, to start off, we have, and unfortunately, have to talk about Amber Heard and Johnny Depp again. We'll make that real quick. Rip that damn band-aid off. There's a rumor about Jessica Jones returning to the MCU. Blue Beetle has a costume. Yes, they're actually filming that thing over at DC. We're going to talk about those pictures. Could Hawkeye have a season two? There may be an indication of that. And it's Morbin time. That's right, Morbius is trending on social media, and it could be have something to do with why it's come back to theaters. We are going to review the Gotham Knights, the CW show, the trailer that just dropped. There's a rumor about who could be directing or developing Ghost Rider for Marvel. David Zaslav wants to give a certain director a lot more DC work. And The Flash and what the test screenings have to say about the future of that franchise. So it's all of our news. So, Lottie, let's jump into it. Um, hey, did you hear about what happened with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp? Lottie,
Yeah, I heard.
yeah. Are you ready to never talk about it ever again?
I mean, I am. I will be sad to see the memes go, but at this point, I was like, it was funny the first like week, but after a while, I'm like, God dang, this trial's still going.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, it takes them more time. It takes them less time to convict someone and send them to the electric chair than it was to adjudicate this. But we're not here to talk about. We're really not here to talk about that. Amber Heard lost and semi won, but mostly lost. What happened over last week before this decision was rendered, though, is we talk about how Walter Hamada got up and sort of disputed some of the things she said about how the whole controversy was affecting her, I guess, her career or whatever. Um, but in this last little bit, we did actually get some confirmation of something she said, which is that at least for a little while they were considering replacing her on Aquaman. Which is this a surprise though? Lottie, is this a surprise? I mean, Johnny Depp literally got fired off of two franchises, two major franchises because of this shit. Is it a surprise that they were considering getting rid of her?
No,
Right?
no. I mean, and to be honest, I would say if you're gonna do it, just do it. You know what I mean? Don't be here saying maybe we should do it, maybe we should not. If you're gonna do it, grab some cojones and just do the damn thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we talked about the having to shoot more, spend more money to shoot a movie and to replace the person and contracts and all that other stuff. Um, but I would have been fine if they had replaced her because, to be quite honest, I've said something similar about Letitia Wright and the foolishness she was up to, and even Evangeline Lilly. If they're going to be more problems, than they're worth, then just get rid of them. So
Yeah.
I'm not in any way surprised by this. Um, I'm not in any way surprised about the verdict that it came down. I don't actually give two fucks about whether or not Amber Heard continues to be in the DCEU or really anything else. Uh, and I simultaneously, as much as I've liked his work, I don't give a damn about whether or not Johnny Depp ever works in Hollywood ever again either. And I don't think that anyone owes him a damn apology because, let's be honest, when motherfuckers sign a contract and in the contract they say you aren't going to cause any fucking controversy that may derail this multi-million-dollar project and cost us a lot of fucking money, when you sign that shit, they don't owe you a damn apology. If anything, you owe them an apology for not keeping a lid on your shit, because that's what they expect from you. People don't invest $100 million in a movie in order for some, or the lead actor to act a fool off camera and then fuck everything up. So that's all I have to say about it. The rest of it is no one owes Johnny Depp a damn apology because he was involved in some bullshit. No one owes Amber Heard any fucking thing. And can we please not talk about it anymore? that's
That's not gonna happen. It's gonna come back up.
well, I'd veto any shit like that. Any more related to this for this show, I veto it. If it's not directly related to Aquaman or any other superhero thing, then no. Can we agree on that? Let's just not do it. So let it be known, it's done. So moving on to something more fun. I like Jessica Jones. I thought I didn't finish I didn't really get too far. I got halfway through the first season, but I liked it for what it was. I thought Krysten Ritter was cool. We got to see Mike Coulter in there as Luke Cage, all that good stuff. And as I understand, it's probably the second most well received Netflix show. But Netflix went away. But now that Daredevil is definitely coming back, who else could be coming back? Well, Ladi, there's a rumor. Just a rumor. That Screen Geek reported this, that Krysten Ritter is set to return as Jessica Jones and at some upcoming MCU project. That's the entirety of the news we have. Some guy said that it's gonna happen. So my first question is where, and where would she fit into it, and are you even looking forward to seeing her reprise this role, Lottie?
I mean, I would expect her to reprise the role. I mean, why not bring her back? You know what I mean? If you're bringing back the original guy, you might as well just bring back, all the characters of the show that everybody liked about it. Why, you know, go halfway in? You know what I mean? And I mean, honestly, they should, because Jessica Jones was a good part of the show, and if I remember it, she had her own TV show, right?
Right.
Yeah, and that did well. So, I mean, did Mickey? Listen, Maurice, I like money, so I think Jessica Jones would be good to put into the show. So that's my take on it. They should bring
So
her back.
are you saying Mickey gonna have her out there walking the track now?
Yep. It's like, you better come back to the show. I don't want to do it anymore. Woman, I did not bring back Daredevil to halfway bring back the show. You better this show.
It's not just that. A lot of people that were on her show are just like, yes, give me that work. They won't work. Um, I I think I wish I could say I doubt it, but it would be nice if she showed up in She-Hulk. But I
Yeah.
don't think so. We would have heard about it by now. Maybe Echo, but probably not. I think Echo is probably going to be out of New York City. So if not there, maybe Daredevil. It would be nice to see her show up in Daredevil or even Hawkeye season 2. That'd be pretty sweet. But I absolutely do want to see her come back. If you know what, honestly, just related to the shows in general, I just want them to make the Netflix stuff canon. It wouldn't be hard either. They're already
No.
sort of doing it, semi doing it. I just like them to explicitly say all that stuff that happened in the Netflix thing happened. You know, uh, and then they could she could show up anywhere. So I just hope that this is the first step towards canonizing the Netflix shows, and I think that'll actually really kind of give a gift to fans who are very loyal to those shows.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Well, I will let you guys know more about it when we learn more. Next, something this is really cool. We do like to, sort of comment on, behind the scene photos and whatever. Well, we got to look this last week at some leaked pictures of the Blue Beetle film that they're filming. In particular, we get to see the costumes from the set. And Ladi, I have to tell you, I'm actually kind of impressed. They went serious. I don't want to say serious, but they went in a more Shazam or an Aquaman direction than say a Zack Snyder's Justice League direction. And by that I mean, you know, DC on the real, DC is very four color. They're very bright and you know, very silver agey in terms of like their costume design. Very simple colors, kind of flashy lines and whatever. And I'm not kidding. This looks like they said we really are going to try to make the comic book. And I'm impressed with that decision and I applaud it because as goofy as you may think it looks, once they get some CG sheen on it, it's going to look fucking awesome. That thing's going to glow. It's going to look great moving. Like I'm looking at this like it may look plasticky and weird right now, but that's because we don't see the Hollywood magic on it. And so like the costume designers, they did a fucking great job on it, I think. What do you think?
The reason why I was shushing you before because I didn't want the Snyder stands to slide into our DMs and yell at us.
Fuck them.
But yeah, yeah, it looks way better than I thought it was going to be because I, I liked Zack Snyder's Superman, but everything else kind of left a little bit of an undesirable taste, and I like this new look. It's like you said, DC. I feel that DC should not try to be so. You know, you're more when it comes to besides Marvel, you're more over the top, especially because some your characters are more over the top. Embrace it. Stop trying to be, oh, we're wearing this Greek Aztecian or Roman god armor. Nah, just make it look ridiculous
Yeah. And
sometimes.
this I won't even say necessarily ridiculous, but like really lean into what I consider to be some very strong and iconic character design work that they do at DC. Like the
Mhm.
same way with like Shazam and all that. You like, oh, they got that stupid little cape, but it looks great. They pad it out. I get it. It looks silly. You think it looks silly, but when you actually see it in action, it actually looks pretty cool. And if this is just behind the scenes, what we see behind the scenes, then I can't wait to see how they pretty it up, you know? And we even get to see some action pictures and everything like that. I mean, it's just pretty cool looking, and it actually makes me very excited to see what they're going to do with the show itself. Because if they're, I think sometimes set design and costume design can really give you an indication of not how much care they're putting into the show or the movie. Not to say that the story's going to be great, but at least it's going to look good. So
Yeah.
I'm very excited, very optimistic about this particular movie. So I'm sure we'll be seeing more pictures coming out soon. So we'll let you guys know all about it when we see them. Hawkeye news in particular. Could we be getting a season two? It was originally this was supposed to be a limited series. That was our understanding, right? Um, to the point that Marvel actually even submitted them for, Emmy awards as a, limited series category. Not that
Hmm.
they're gonna win. Let's not fool ourselves, but they are campaigning for it to get an Emmy. But apparently, it's been changed from limited series to a comedy series for the awards campaign. This has led many people to think that maybe they are considering a second season of the show. Um, and I mean, why wouldn't they? That honestly, there's enough space in there. I think if they want to do a second season, and as I said before, I want the Yelena and Kate go on a road trip show. So, Lottie, one is this change? Is this an actual indication of anything, or is this just them trying to get in a more favorable position for awards season? And two, do you want a second season of Hawkeye?
First of all, they're trying. First of all, Marvel and Mickey, they're not trying to get Will Smith slapped. And they're buttering them people up so they don't get Will Smith slapped if they win an Emmy or award. So, but in all seriousness, I mean, I think this is good. I mean, in my opinion, I enjoyed Hawkeye. Was not my favorite of the MCU TV shows, but I loved it, especially when Elena showed up. I mean,
I
listen,
mean,
that's
yes,
my baby. That's my baby. You know, but
right.
I would love for them to have a season two, or as like you said, if we can just get spinoff of what would you call it? Uh,
Uh,
Elena.
well,
What would you call it?
it's Black. I mean, she's just Black Widow and Hawkeye. She's Hawkeye now, also. So
So a black Hawkeye, or when a when a Black Widow and a Hawkeye meet,
I
or
just I don't know. I would just say Kate and Elena and just move on. Like I don't need anything else beyond that. I'm simple. I'm a simple man with simple tastes. I mean, they should go around, kick it out. Hell, they could do it. And I'll tell you what, my ideal season two would be them on a road trip in like a drop top car going town to town like Renegade or something like that. Just or Kung Fu, just like righting wrongs while they're on the road.
yeah.
I'll watch that for like 10 seasons because it can't go bad. Not with Florence Pugh and not with Haley Steinfeld. So, but I think this is, I honestly at this point, and then considering how well their numbers were and everything like that, and I'm certain that the people are willing to come back. I feel like this is totally on the table, especially if the writers feel like they got something. They the coffers are open for MCU stuff right now. So,
Hmm.
but we'll see. We'll let you guys know if any forward movement comes to light. Uh, Lottie, guess what time it is? It's Morbin time. Just imagine Jared Leto with that little Morbius thing, but instead he's pulling up a Power Rangers bracelet. Yes, Morbin time has been trending on social media because sometimes fandom actually comes through with something fun. Making lemonade out of lemons, if you will. Admittedly, most people didn't care for Morbius. Lottie, have you had a chance to see Morbius yet, or have you not bitten that bullet yet?
I haven't had the time to watch it, but I do intend on watching it eventually.
All right. Well, you know how I feel. Well, you know how I feel about it. I don't. Is it a great movie? No, but Jennifer and I really liked it. We really did like it. Probably because my expectations were so low that it exceeded them. You know, by a decent margin. I don't think it's as bad as people make it out, and I actually think it's kind of good. But obviously, I'm in the minority. Most of these people that are making this trend, they're doing it out of irony or just to join in the fun. It's kind of like, it's kind of like, I'm trying to think of a recent meme where people just have such fun and joining in that they make it trend just because it's fun to be in on the joke. Kind of, it's
Yeah.
like Rick rolling or something like that. But you know what? You know what happened with Rick rolling? Rick Astley got paid. He got
Yeah.
paid, and
Yeah.
I remember he was even on the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade doing a Rick roll with the Muppets. So sometimes a meme can turn into something actually happening. Or you remember Snakes on a Plane? Remember when people
Yeah.
made that a thing? So to that effect, guess what? And it's going to be Morbin time in theaters very soon because Sony is bringing back Morbius into theaters. I guess for some reason thinking that they can capitalize on this meme that's going around.
This is more of a
Um,
time.
so, so they're taking a second bite at the apple, so to speak. Is this a good idea, or is this just going to be, you know, spitting into the wind? Uh, what do you think, Lottie?
Honestly, I think it'll work. You know why I think it'll work? Because it proves that they listen to their fans. And this is why I say I feel like nowadays a lot of these uh 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 companies don't listen to memes. And they don't listen to like a lot of these older like companies, and I'm gonna give you an example. Nintendo do not listen to their fans in the sense of sometimes you put something, you either bring something back, put something in a TV show or put them in a video game because they're memeing about it and it will make it popular. Like great example. Warner Brothers made Ultra Instinct Shaggy canon because it was such a big meme that they made him canon. And guess what? The movie that he showed up in canon sold like fucking hotcakes.
Right,
You
right,
know, Nickelodeon All Stars. Hugh Neutron is getting memed. Guess what they did? They put him in the game. Now everybody's like, I'm buying this game. You know, sometimes you do that when you see the fans are like, okay, they're memeing this. Let's do. I guarantee you, people are going to go watch that show. They'll pick on it, but guess what? Sony don't care because they're going to be like, cash flow.
right.
I need it on time. I'm talking bankroll. My money, my money, my money.
This could. I mean, this could work. I think if they added, if they maybe they did another cut that maybe added a little more to it. Maybe didn't cut it so thin like they did with this one. I mean, I really actually do want to see the longer cut because I think that there are some places where it could have been filled out. Um, but I suspect this is not going to do much. But every little bit counts. I think. You know what I'm saying? They're just trying to make this thing break even, which it definitely has not done. Uh,
Maurice, you'll be surprised. The power of meme is undefeated.
I just wonder if is it really a meme for people? Because like Snakes on a Plane actually got butts in seats. Just getting
I'm
Sam
tired.
Jackson,
I'm
just
tired
yeah,
of
just
you
getting Sam
motherfuckers.
Jackson to say that stupid ass line literally got people to go to see the movie, and I remember that. And people were like, they knew when they were ready for it, and what, the movie was not that good, but they were there for that. I just question whether or not that, because Morbin time is definitely, unless they somehow ADR in him saying it's Morbin time, I don't see how this actually does anything.
Shit, they could
Unless
listen.
they release
They
the
could.
Morbin.
They might make a whole new thing. Release the Morbin cut.
But you know what, Sony, you know what? I wish you good luck. I hope it works, because I'm one of the few. I actually sort of like the movie. I don't know if it's enough to go back and watch it a second time in the theater, but I will definitely watch it when it hits streaming. So we'll see. You know, I feel like we're going to come back and talk about this in a week or two. So let's just schedule that for them.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's time. It's time for the teeth pulling portion of the show, in which I apologize in advance to Ladi for having made him watch the trailer to this show. We don't really give too much of a damn about the CW, like at all. I've watched a season of Arrow and a season of Supergirl. That's it. For the most part, I'm not a fan of CW stuff. And Ladi, I'm going to say that you're not either. Is that about right?
That is a very censored way of saying it. Very censored.
Yeah, that's an understatement, if you will. So yeah, we don't give a damn about the CW, really, but we know there are some people that religiously follow it or whatever. And David Zaslav, and he's been whacking down the CW tree significantly. I assume in advance of selling CW, but that doesn't mean we're not getting more CW DC stuff.
Oh God!
So, and this has been in production for a while. But Gotham Knights released a trailer for the show that's coming out next year, and we got a chance to take a look at it. And again, apologies to my friend here, because apparently this was painful. So, Ladi, how painful? And can you tell me on the point on the doll where Gotham Knights touched you?
This was absolute bullshit. I was pissed off in the first 15 seconds of this trailer. But then, how in the fuck is Batman? For who? The only way Batman is going to die, it has to be some outer worldly being. There's no way anybody in Gotham could kill Batman. Batman will die of old age before anybody in Gotham kills him. It will literally have to be an outer worldly being that kills Batman. There ain't no damn way. What the fuck, man? They're trying to make it that these then what makes the show crazy, that these people are saying one of these teenagers killed Bruce Wayne or the Batman. Bruh, are you really trying to say you believe that these kids could have killed I mean, this show is fucking terrible. So I'm sorry, I do not agree that people should be fired. But he needs to move somewhere else in CW. He or she, whoever came up with the idea of this show, needs to get moved to another department. Whoever okayed the idea needs to get moved to another department. Whoever directed this needs to get moved to another. Everybody from down the line needs to get my God.
Was there any aspect of that trailer that you were like, okay, this is fine?
No.
Let's not even say. Let's not even. Okay, wait. Okay. Was there anything tolerable in that trailer? Anything that you could have tolerated? How about that?
I was literally getting pissed off watching the trailer. There's nothing that is redeemable. That was the most cursed. I've watched a lot of cursed shit. There's some shows that I've seen I've seen trailers that I was like, this is terrible. But if my girlfriend or somebody that I like, you know what I mean, or family wanted me to watch it, I will sit down and watch it. I would literally cuss out anybody that makes me watch that show.
Oh,
Because there's
you know
no
what?
way I will watch that
Them's
bullshit.
fighting words. We need to watch this show as we should
No,
wait. Here's what
no.
we could do. You could hate watch it, and because I'm gonna tell you, this is a bad trailer. This trailer isn't good, but it's got a few parts where I was like, okay, well, I might. That's semi interest. Like Carrie Kelly, aka, well, I guess she's playing Robin. Uh, I was like, oh shit, an actual Batman ish person in here. So Batman's dead. Who the fuck who's Robin? Oh, she's Robin. Okay, I was kind of down with that. But a lot of this is like a lot of this is very CW tropey bullshit. Um, like for instance, how who the hell is this Taylor kid that's supposed to be Bruce Wayne's adopted son?
Yeah.
Never heard of him in my life. Like, so he wants to be Robin. You know, they like we got a Bat Cave. You don't have any fucking training, man. You're some rich kid's. You know, you're some rich dude's pampered son. You are not putting on the cape and cowl. How dare you? How the other three kids are supposed to be, you know, the sons of supervillains or daughters of supervillains or some shit like that. Well, no one would know who the fuck. The only person they would know is maybe Duella Dent, maybe. And the rest of it is just like you could just see the way it's shot and everything. There's going to be a lot of standing around talking and you know posing and looking stupid, and not a whole lot of ass kicking. So
Yeah.
uh, the trailer's not really good. That said, I would be willing to watch an episode or two of this to see if maybe it's not total bullshit. Um,
Good luck.
and you're just like, I'll be damned if I
I'm
do.
not. I'm
I'll be
sorry.
damned
I
if I
can't.
do.
I can't. Maurice, I like you. I can't. I can't. I can't. I just.
Oh, that's good.
I
Yeah, it's because you're my friend. I'm gonna be like, you know what? I can brave this on my own, and I'll let you guys know. It doesn't come out till next year, so my pain is probably
Next year
it doesn't come
with
out
the
till
shit.
next year. Yeah, it says 2020. I would assume earlier.
Hmm.
I would assume sometime in like January. So
Hmm.
I'll let you know about the incoming pain when that happens. Yeah, it was bad. Anyway, speaking of things that were bad but could be better, there's a rumor going around about who could be coming on to helm Ghost Rider, which is infamously, a pretty terrible couple of movies uh, that had Nicolas Cage in it. I don't think I'm saying anything wrong there. I mean, maybe you like Ghost Rider, but man, I couldn't find anything really that good about it. But you know what? Everything's new at Marvel now, and everything's on the table. And they've been talking about
Please
Ghost
God.
Rider for a minute for the MCU, especially now that we have the supernatural aspects coming into play. Um, so the rumor here is that the Duffer brothers, who created and are show running and writing and whatever for Stranger Things, that they are in talks to develop Ghost Rider, maybe even write and direct or whatever, Ghost Rider for Marvel. Um, and if you know anything about Stranger Things, ever watched Stranger Things or whatever, this may give you an indication of what kind of sensibilities they were looking for in a Ghost Rider, and especially now that we see that Doctor Strange is really kind of showing how far into horror they actually are willing to go. Um, so, Lottie, what do you hear this? What do you think about this possibility? And moreover, are you even looking for more for Ghost Rider to show up in MCU?
Please. God. Please. Please. I'm begging you. Father in heaven, I would love a new MCU. After Moon Knight, everything is possible. Can you imagine? Can you imagine a Ghost Rider movie? So actually, do I want it to be a movie or do I rather it be a TV show?
Mm. Well, I can tell you that they are TV people. They've been doing Netflix stuff for years, so maybe
I
this wouldn't be a movie.
I don't think I will want Ghost Rider to be a movie. And I say that because Ghost Rider doesn't have the villains to make. I mean, he has Blackheart and the demons and all that stuff, but I don't think I think Ghost Rider will be better off as a TV show. But
Hmm.
it will have to be a high budgeted TV show. Like it
Right.
can't be something that you try to skimp on the budget at all. If you're going to make this a TV show, you're going to have to spend maybe 20 to 30 million an episode. Just
I don't know if I don't know if they'd spend that. But
if you're not if Ghost Rider if there's episodes where Ghost Rider's not in it, maybe not. But I just know for a fact via like doing the effects of his hair of his head alone is going to cost a lot of money, Maurice.
yeah.
Just his flaming skull is going to cost a lot of money. That's why I've said if you're going to make it a TV show, you can't go up to Kevin Feige and be like, Kevin, you got to put your foot down and be like, Kevin, listen, I don't know, man. This little. Well, it's not Kevin. You got to go up to Mickey. You got to go up to Mickey with confidence and say, Mickey, he might look at you mean, but you have to demand a good. I'm just being honest. You're gonna have to demand a good amount because if you don't, I don't think it will do that well in the sense because it just the reason why is because just Ghost Rider is just going to be heavy CG. It's not going to be like what's the guy's name? Uh uh Moon Knight, where Moon Knight, especially when he's Mr. Knight, is just you just put a white suit on and with the mask on. That's it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And maybe add a little bit here and there. Same thing with what's his name? That costume. But Ghost Rider, nah, bro, that's gonna be a lot of heavy CG.
Yeah.
You know, so
It's very
we'll
true.
see.
Um, I well, I mean, obviously, I'd be down for a Ghost Rider, anything. I just would love for them to, make him be a link back to Agents of Shield. Like they did a lot of. That's the thing is, Agents of Shield. Did it look like the best thing possible? No, it because they had a TV budget. But I still think they actually did Ghost Rider pretty well. You know,
Mm-hmm.
considering TV budget and time constraints, and the fact that they're actually telling a story about other people, they still did manage to doing some justice. And also, he was related to the Darkhold, and we know that the Darkhold is plays a major part in WandaVision and also in Multiverse of Madness. So uh, I think this is great, and I love Stranger Things, and so if these guys have a take on Ghost Rider, it's going to be hugely horror focused. And when I say horror focused, this current season that I've been sort of working through with Jennifer, it's got I want to say gothic horror. It's like supernatural horror. There's some body horror going on in it. There's some Nightmare on Elm Street sort of stuff. I mean, like if that's what we're talking about, hell yeah, I want to see Nightmare going ham. So I hope this is true, but we'll see. We will see if there's more confirmation of that going forward. I don't expect we'll hear much about it until maybe later near the end of the year. Um, Over at DC, so we know Warner Brothers, got bought out by Discovery, and they're sort of going through and trying to figure out what's good, what's bad, et cetera, and what to get rid of, what to keep. And apparently, David Zaslav, who's the CEO of the company now, he's been trying to get he's trying to get DC, set up like Marvel, And part of that is, identifying someone to lead, but also part of it is to identify talent that can deliver blockbusters, that can deliver big money. And I tell you what, no one did that. No one has done that better for DC at all than the director Todd Phillips, who directed and developed and wrote, or at least co-wrote, the Joker movie, which made over $1 billion and cost $75 million to make. Like, it's one of the biggest wins in the history of Hollywood. It's such a huge W. Like, it's such a huge W that like a bunch of people are gonna make their careers off of it. And so apparently Zaslav likes Todd Phillips, liked what he did because making those dollar bills, y'all. And he wants to give more DC properties to Todd Phillips, to work his magic on those too. So Ladi, you hear all of this. First of all, do you think that this is a good idea? And if what would you like to see Todd Phillips work on if he got a DC or one or more DC properties?
Listen, this is not just a good idea. This is an about fucking time spectacular idea. I mean, God, one of the greatest, like you said, financial wins in movie history. The fact that who was running DC before didn't just say, "Hey man, make some more shit for us." It took somebody else to realize this talent. Shaking my head at you, Warner Brothers. But yeah, I mean, there's so many characters I could see him doing. Like, if you're gonna make a down to earth, I mean, we're already getting Batman, so you don't have to do another Batman. But there are like down to earth heroes. Like he can do a Green Arrow. You know what I mean? If they do a Green Arrow, well, no, I don't want to see a Green Arrow movie. Never mind, take that back. Don't want to see a Green Arrow movie. But you could do something like he can do a Teen Titans. Oh, perfect. Cyborg. I would love to see him do a Cyborg movie.
Right.
I would love for him to do if they ever decide to do a Cyborg movie, I would love to see him with Cyborg. Because Cyborg is not just, because thing about it is Cyborg's not just a badass character. He has his own psychological things he goes through for being a 5-star athlete to now he's a machine. He's mostly machine now. I would love to see him do something like that. There's more that I just can't think of. Maybe he can make a good down to earth Superman movie. Who knows?
Well, I have to be something related to that is that they are trying to get J.J. Abrams to actually make moves on his Superman thing, and I've also heard, rumors or whatever that Zaslav has said that they need to not, again, this is rumor and I just saw this today, that they are trying to make moves on a Superman thing, like Superman being a flagship, which is a no fucking shit, idea. Like there are people like, oh man, Zaslav, he's so amazing, he's coming up with these great ideas. No, he's just coming up with ideas that you dumb motherfuckers over there haven't been doing. Who sidelined Superman? That person should be fired.
Yes.
Who's the dumbass that said, you know what? Nobody wants to see Superman. Get the hell out of here. Like, what's wrong? Okay, so I'm going off on a tangent. They are talking about, he's talking about if we're gonna do Superman, we need to bring Henry Cavill back. To which I say yes. Hell yeah, bring.
Wait! Are you kidding me? They really want to bring him back?
This is a rumor, so don't get your hopes up. I'm seeing, reading stuff that's saying the rumors are that Zaslav wants a Superman, wants Superman to be a flagship, property that gets movies again, and that, Henry Cavill is the guy. I don't know if that's true or not. I just hope it is. So, but we're kind of far afield of what we were talking about, which is,
don't blue ball me like this.
I'm just saying, consider that it may be on the table. We're talking Todd Phillips here, though. Like I said, one of the biggest W's in Hollywood history. By basically doing Taxi Driver, but with the Joker. Okay, so that's the thing,
Hmm.
right? Um, and I liked it. I think it deserved the $1 billion it made and everything like that. But let me tell you, it's not a comic book movie.
No.
It just isn't. It isn't. It's a movie. It's definitely a movie about a dude with a lot of problems and mental health issues and everything like that. And he's plays a clown and all this other stuff. But at the end of the day, it is not a comic book movie. It's a movie about a dude who you know takes the name the Joker to sort of empower himself after some guy tries to emasculate him because he sucks at stand-up comedy, and he turns it into something else, and then he murders a guy. That's the where and where is there any comic book in that? I want someone to point that out to me. That's that's the way I feel about it. I like the movie. I actually think it's great. I loved it. I just don't think it's a comic book movie. It could have been about if he instead of being a clown, if instead of being a clown, he instead was a mime or was a chef or something like that. I don't know, whatever fuck. It wouldn't be called the Joker, it'd just be something else, but the exact same movie would have played out. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, to that end, I don't want this to happen. I like Todd Phillips as far as what he's done. He has not demonstrated to me knowledge of the DC universe, understanding of the characters or the heroes or whatever within the DC. I'm not saying he doesn't have it. I'm saying he hasn't demonstrated it yet. That he has understanding or knowledge of them, what makes them work, why,
Hmm.
why what has he done? He delivered $1 billion movie, but what has he done to demonstrate that he knows how to deliver $1 billion comic book movie? So that's ultimately why I don't want this. Now, obviously, what the fuck do I know? I'm just a consumer. So maybe this is a great idea, and I'm just wrong about this. So let's just say I'm wrong about this. And this is a great idea. He's got an awesome pitch for three or more, two or three properties. So if Todd Phillips has to develop something DC related, what would I want him to develop? Um, I think I would like, and then this is barely a DC thing. I would like to see him do the Authority, which is a Wildstorm thing, but it's essentially uh, a bunch of Justice League ish heroes who are much more morally flexible than the Justice League. You know that
Hmm.
they're more willing to murder and all that other stuff in the name of essentially imposing their will on the world. That's the exploration of vigilante justice and where it can go off the rails. I think is right up Todd Phillips' alley as far because he's shown how someone can go descend and become a kind of a figurehead, um, bad guy out of his mental health breakdown, but also the breakdown of society and helping him through it. So he could also show how a group of heroes can decide that they know best for you and start imposing their will on the world. I think that'd be awesome. I like your idea about Arrow, Green Arrow, but I would take it a step further and instead of being Green Arrow, I'd try a Dead Shot or get Slade Wilson in there or something like that. Again, this kind of plays more to the subverting the expectation. But here's one
You
I
know what? Being, I just thought about this. I could see him doing the Batman who laughs.
that's a deep cut though. Like I'm not sure if they would want to go because remember they're trying to get DC. They're trying to get them established. That's a 10 years down the road. We've had success after success. We've had MCU
Yeah.
success. I would love to see him do an Amanda Waller, but even though she's getting her own thing, but if not them, then uh, some something kind of like a Who Watches the Watchmen. You know, a group of heroes or bad or whatever that sort of police the superheroes. I forget what they. I think it's. I forget. It's not. It's like Shadow Pact or something like that. But something to. Actually, I think that's Image. But something similar to that. Because I don't see him doing a bright and cheery Superman thing. I don't.
I
I
can,
yeah.
hear
I
me
don't
out.
see that.
Hear me out. 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 This is just in my fantasy land. Him and Matt Reeves collab together and make a Batman Beyond movie, Return of the Joker. Boom.
That would be cool. That I think that would be cool.
Can you imagine seeing Tim Drake as an older man slowly descend into madness as the Joker takes over his body?
What if they did the storyline where uh the Red Rob what if he does Red Robin?
Oh
That might
yeah.
that might be cool. Or
Oh,
Batman and the
he will make.
Outlaws.
Oh, what about he will make a great Red Hood
Yeah, okay.
movie.
Yeah, Red Hood definitely. Red Robin, Red Hood definitely would be. I think that'd be pretty good actually. And it's just something just a little more grounded, not so much superpower stuff. So those are all. I think those are all good ideas. If we gotta have them, which again, I'm not convinced that Todd Phillips is the man for doing this, but let's just say he is. I think those are good ideas. So, well, we'll keep you all up to date. If anything develops in here, I suspect something's going to happen here because money talks. So we'll let you guys know when we hear more. All right. um, Finally, the last bit of news. The Flash. We've been talking about Ezra Miller and what they've been going through. It's is Ezra Miller on the way out as Flash? Well, not if these test screenings are any indication. I'd heard of this before that the test screenings have been going well, but apparently they've been going really well, like testing really really well, which just goes to show you something. All of us nerds that are sitting up here talking about how Ezra Miller's he's fumbling the bag and all that other stuff. Regular people don't know a damn thing about what we're talking about. They really don't.
Yeah.
I can bet you. Ask a random person on the street. I mean, if they will stop and talk to you. Ask a random person on the street. First of all, ask them who do they even know who the hell Ezra Miller is. When you explain to them who the hell he is, because they won't know. He's the Flash from Justice League. When you explain to them that hey, there's what are you interested in a Flash movie? They're like, they're making a Flash movie? That'll be the second thing you hear from that person. And then let's just say you're able to let them actually see it. They were like, that's cool. And then you be like, he's having all this legal problem. They're like, who's Ezra Miller again? They're going to ask that again. That's where we are. So, of course, the test screenings, they don't have any of that baggage that people think means so much. And so they're liking what they're seeing. And that's an indication that, one, this idea that they're going to recast him is fucking stupid. And I think I said it was stupid before. I feel like I said that before. It's stupid. They're not going to waste the money to reshoot a whole damn movie because this dude, they'll just roll with him. But they may even double down on Ezra Miller. Imagine that. So, Ladi, I guess my main question, or I guess the commentary here is this actually gonna, is this gonna impact whether or not he's still on the Flash train, and does these positive, reports, does this kind of increase your excitement for this, the movie?
I feel like I'm excited for the movie. I'm excited for the movie. I want to see it, and I want to see what they do. And I actually do somewhat enjoy Ezra Miller's Flash, but I do have to say, I don't think we should. There should just be a gloss over of what he's done, because he has done like things that I would say if a regular person did, they might be pooping on a steel toilet right now. You know, just saying. So, uh, all I'm saying is that I'm happy. If you're gonna make a decision to keep them, make that decision. So I'm happy that they just decided to make the decision. But at the same time, I don't think we should just go like, okay, this didn't happen. You know what I mean? That's
Right.
my only thing.
Right. Yeah. So, but does this make are you more interested now that you hear so many positive things about it?
I felt like, yeah, I'm excited for it. I was somewhat excited for it when I saw how he was in the Snyder cut. So I felt like, oh, okay, this could be good. You know what I mean? I want to see. I'm excited to see how they're going to. I'm excited to see how they're going to implement him into the new. Showing his speed and all that stuff in the movie. So after this, I'm definitely more excited to see it.
Yeah. Seeing my Wait, can't wait to see Michael Keaton, which I'm hearing good things. Hearing good things about Michael Keaton showing up. Oh, speaking of, just as an aside, uh, he's apparently definitely going to be in the Batgirl movie. So I think we had said that before, but like there's a lot of good talk about him showing up in Batman. I mean Batgirl. So
Hmm.
I really want to see him in the Flash, and I'm just ready. Man, just I wish this shit had came out this year like it was supposed to, but we'll be getting that next summer, I believe. So we'll see, and hopefully Ezra Miller can keep it together until then. So all right, you guys, that was a much longer bit of news than I was expecting. I can't believe we've been talking almost an hour over the news, but you know what? That's the way it goes sometimes, and there's a lot of very interesting things going on in the world of superheroes things. But maybe we missed something. It's possible, but maybe we did miss something. Maybe there's something you want us to talk about, or you just have something to say about our comments. Why don't you get down to the comment section, let us know what you're thinking, and of course, you can always hit us up, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com or at supernotfunny S1 on Twitter, and we'll chop it up. And the news went so long this week. We're gonna have to push back our choose one. One must go, and and the meme thing until next week. Just because there was such a big news week this week. So um, anyway, you guys, we really appreciate you guys joining us, and we also appreciate if you got down there and hit that subscribe button and join the Super Not Funny Show family. Help grow this channel. And of course, you can always hit that notification bell to let you know when we drop new content. We do not just this podcast, we also do reviews of various things. We're going to start this week. We're going to be reviewing The Boys because it starts tomorrow, and we're going to be reviewing Miss Marvel when it comes out next week. So, guys, go check all that stuff out. And of course, I couldn't do any of this on my own. I need my good friend Ladi to help me out with the jokes and all the insightful comments. So, Ladi, can you let them know where they can find you on social media?
Oh yeah, you can always find me on my Instagram, which is beginning to grow. Um, just surpassed the 400 followers mark, so it's getting up there. It's getting up there. It's my Instagram is Anu Kinihun. I try to upload more content on there all the time with adding different characters I'm working on. Actually working on one right now as we speak. So definitely hit up there. It's spelled ANUKINIHUN. Again, it's ANUKINIHUN. And of course, there's my YouTube channel, which is KeenyHoon25. Uh, I upload gameplay. I try to stream at least once a week. It may not be single player games where I'm not actually engaging with the audience. I might be streaming Halo or online games with my friends where I'm talking to my friends, but you can enjoy listening to the audio of our conversations because they do get funny as shit. So
Yeah,
if you ever have a chance, leave a like, subscribe, or a comment.
yeah, you guys and definitely check out those live streams and watch Lottie get murdered repeatedly. in the various games. Um, and speaking of streaming up, we do have a Twitch channel for the Super Not Funny Show. So you can head on over there, check that out. It's just Super Not Funny Show, on Twitch. We have only done one live stream so far, but planning to do more gameplay and commentary, chatting and maybe some live viewing of certain things. So go on there, subscribe, join, whatever, and keep an eye out for future streaming opportunities. All right, all you Fabricants and Fleshbags, thanks once again for joining us on the 53rd episode of the Supercast. And welcome to year 2 of the Supercast, and we hope to have many more of you guys joining us for this, hopefully, banner second year. I've been Mo de Coupe, your resident fabricant and comic extraordinaire on all things pop culture, joined by the anime expert, video game designer, and lover of all things superhero, my good friend Ladi. And we'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.
Peace.